Konnichiwa. Thank you for visiting my site. My name is Kayoko Yoshikai. Health is fun is nature is my favorite saying. Today I'd like to introduce reflexology. Muff and Bobby Warren are mother and daughter team. They have been teaching reflexology since 1983. I've known them for 15 years. Did you know you can heal yourself through hand and feet? Tell us your background.
Our background in reflexology, Muff started learning about reflexology back in the 60s, but it wasn't until the 70s that we actually started our formal training, and we both started taking classes and became certified in 1983. Shortly after that, I was asked if I would like to become an instructor for the International Institute, and I then, after several years of training, became an instructor, traveled all over the United States, doing classes in every state in the United States, Canada, and in Europe. I became a regional director for the Institute. Muff became my assistant regional director, doing classes with me in the western part of the states. We became very active in our organizations. I'm now vice president of the Reflexology Association of California. Muff and I both were on the board of directors of various organizations, the Reflexology Association of America, where I was past president for several years. We were on a local organization, FRA, in Los Angeles. And we did a lot of work with them, a lot of volunteer work with them. And that's pretty much what we've been doing for a long time.
Okay, thank you. Tell us, what is reflexology?
Well, reflexology is the science that deals with the principle that there are reflexes in the hands and the feet that correspond to all the organs and glands and all the different parts of the body.
Actually, it's a stress reduction therapy through the feet. It helps the body to normalize, to heal itself.
Okay. Can you give us some example of what it can do?
Oh, we can give a really good example from when we were working with Stand Down, which is a program for homeless veterans that we volunteer for every year. And there was a young gal who was in Desert Storm, who, when she came back, because of the chemicals that she inhaled or whatever over there, she developed seizures. Well, she was unemployable. She couldn't work. She couldn't drive because they couldn't control the seizures. One of our students showed her how to do a particular technique for seizures to help stop them, and unbeknownst to us, her son was watching what was being done, and the lady came back to us last year to report to us that every time she had a seizure, her son would jump in and do this particular technique.
Her son was 10 years old.
Her son was 10 years old, yes. And he had really listened. And when she came to us, she said, "My son has done this for me, this technique, every time I have a seizure. And my seizures have become less and less. And to the point now where she said, I'm getting my driver's license back." She was so excited about that. We all were too.
Wow, what an incredible story.
Another one that happened, I had a friend that called me and she said she was in a lot of pain. She came to my door. When I opened the door, she was bent over 90 degrees. She had tripped over her children's bicycle or something like that and injured her back. So she sat down and I worked on the areas of her feet relating to her spine. And when we were done, she stood up straight and her back didn't hurt anymore. So that was really a great experience.
I hope you enjoy first segment of reflexology. Thank you for visiting my site, kayokoyoshikai.com.